Hello and welcome to Watching Time. Today we're going to review very quickly these Bulova watches that you are seeing now. So Bulova is one of my favorite American brands that was born in America, and they have produced many interesting timepieces over the years. They have a moon watch that has also been in space, and they have a history behind it. They have the Accutron, I think one of the best 60s and 70s quartz movement. So the technology that they actually developed in terms of horology and movements was also unique to them, and with the diapason that the Accutron was using, and the movement of the second hands that was fluid, kind of a mechanical watch. So there are many interesting things behind this house. During the last years, they have returned to redo some vintage models, and since it was bought by the Citizen Group, so now it's part of the Citizen Group, they have also implemented some of the Miyota movements, specifically for their automatic movements. Still, it's a brand that produces very interesting watches and is relaunching interesting new models that are vintage inspired. So they are also, like other brands, reviewing what they had in the past and relaunching them with interesting modern touches. So I know that in 2020 they are going to produce two new interesting oceanographers. We're going to discuss about today the oceanographer. It was a watch born by Bulova in order to satisfy the divers requirements and what they wanted in a watch that can be used also as a diver. The oceanographer is well known also by people outside from Bulova, by watch enthusiasts and aficionados, as the devil's diver. And why is this? It's because, I will show you to you, it has a water resistance of 666 feet. So for this reason, it was called by the watch enthusiasts as the diver's diver. The oceanographer, and I'm going to discuss a little bit about something quite interesting that happened to me. I have a collection of watches, as every one of you. All of them are automatic. So when I actually go to get a watch, every morning that I change them, I need to wind them up. I'm not the kind of person that likes automatic winders. I think the effect that it has on the watch is not going to be positive over time. And I'd rather just have them there, stop, and then when I use them, I wind them. Today, two weird things happened to me, and actually, it happens quite frequent that I go open my watch boxes, try to select a watch that I want, and actually the watch has stopped at the same time that I am picking the watch. So today it was like 8 something in the morning. I don't remember exactly. When I went to open my boxes, I chose in this case one of my Tudor, and actually the Tudor had the exact time at the moment that I pick it up. This is a crazy coincidence. So I didn't need to put the time on the watch. I just kind of move it a little bit and it started going on. This is weird, but it has sometimes happened to me. And I didn't choose the watch because of the time that was correct. I just chose it because it was the watch that gave me the correct feeling for the day. And today something like this happened also with the Bulova. When I started the video, you cannot see it right now because obviously I moved this one, so it started moving on its own, the second hand. So both of them were exactly at the start of the video at 6:03. It's weird because they were even in different boxes, and the black one I have not worn it for a very long time, and the blue I wear like 2 weeks ago, and it was kind of weird that both of them actually stop at the same time. So anyway, weird coincidence. It doesn't mean anything, but it's kind of a interesting anecdote. So let's see, and let's go to the review. You have three colorations of this series. You have a green one, a black one, and this blue one. I don't have the green one. I have seen it in the retailing stores. For me, it's too much. It's a little bit too much of a green. The black one is quite beautiful, and it's actually a copy of the exact model that they produced in the 60s. With this kind of red cross in the middle, you have the super luminova on the hour markers that are kind of a small glasses filled with super luminova. You can see it clearly here. It's quite unique and beautiful. You have this small magnifying square, it doesn't magnify a lot, but it's kind of nice to have it there because it gives this frame to the date. And then you have this beautiful bezel, Coca-Cola bezel with red and black. And actually the anti-reflective coating that this has is blue. So sometimes the black of the dial, it seems kind of more like a blue tone, a dark blue than a black. The bracelet, as you can see, is very old style bracelet, kind of a jubilee, a little bit. And you have this old vintage stainless steel press clasp. I don't love this type of clasp, but I have to say that this one wears a little bit beautiful. It always gives it a little bit of a, cheap kind of feeling to watches. I rather have full steel, but this is a vintage watch. It's a vintage model, and I think you can have this type of things in a vintage watch. It gives even more the vintage feeling. But it works great. The watch and the mechanism of, is the quality of a working horse, no problems at all. At the same time, the stainless steel case, kind of a turtle shape of the 60s. It wears and looks very good, and I really love it. Later, after the black one, I decided to buy also this blue one. So I pushed the trigger on the kind of more summer color. I think it's beautiful. You have this blue, very bright blue dial and bezel with the orange touch and the orange second hand. It's really beautiful. You have the same details as the other watch. They are exactly twins. The only difference are the colors. And these are excellent watches. I really love it. So I just wanted to share with you a little bit about my views on these Bulovas. They are doing new vintage re-editions and relaunches. And I think this is an excellent option for someone that would like to have a not so expensive watch, because these ones are usually found around 350 euros on the internet. The retailing price is around 500, but you will find it even less from a new retailer, or you can find it secondhand also. And they are very nice in shape, how it wears, classical, also vintage. I like it. So I think these are important points to take into consideration if you want to have a Bulova. I think these are probably one of the best new vintage re-editions that they have done in the last few years. So that's pretty much for now. Please take care and good luck. If you have, any of you, something like what I'm telling the story about finding your watches already in the correct time when you go to pick them up, or something like what happened with the two Bulovas, I would really love to hear this kind of story. So please drop a message below. See you next time. Bye bye.